So I'm really happy to be here for Montgomery College and for opening this facility, and for Ike and Catherine, for whom this facility is being named. I've known you a long time. I supported you in your first race for council, and I recognized then the qualities you had and the reason why you belonged in that position, and I recognized why you should be executive, and I think you did an amazing job. And that's a couple of things that I remember most was, first of all, when I got on the council and I wanted to have a renter advisory, get a study done on renting in Montgomery County. And I came to you and I said, can we do this? And you said yes. And out of that came some of the first tenant protection legislation that the county had. And it was a big deal to be able to do that. I also remember the shock to the system you delivered when you told us when you were going to do the rec centers, that the money was going into the neglected black rec centers in this county that had been allowed to deteriorate and rot, while we built fancy new rec centers with everything that was the nicest stuff in the world someplace else in the county. And you said that was going to stop. And you put your money where your mouth was. The council recognized that was the prudent thing to do. And your investments, have changed lives, much like this building. Those facilities and those neighborhoods make a big difference to the children and the families that use those facilities. Those were courageous decisions. They're outside the normal box. Telling people we weren't going to do things as we always had comes a little bit of a shock to people sometimes, but you did the right thing, and I've always thought you were willing to stand up. When I was a civic activist, you were one of the offices we went to in the hope that we get a fair hearing and an interest from you in the work that the citizens were concerned with, which is why you won the elections you won, because people trusted you. So there's a lot to unpack there, but I would just want you to know your legacy here isn't just a building, but it's everybody who's going to get an education out of this building. And that, to me, is really important. And Catherine, you're always out there supporting the arts and the nonprofits. You've been a tireless voice for it. You put an amazing amount of energy, considering you were maintaining a full-time job through all of that. I always wondered how you managed to do that. But I appreciated the work you did. It was really important, and I appreciated the work we did, particularly on the Strathmore, in resolving the problem of the Strathmore that could have led to a real problem, and it wound up not ending up in a problem. And without your help, I don't think we would have gotten there. So I want to let you know how important I think that is. This building's a testament to what happens when a community comes together. And you talked about working with the community. I had the fun task of trying to move the community to a place where they were comfortable. And I had a fun task getting the college to slow down enough to think about what's this thing look like, because it actually matters what you do. Building a building is great, but if you can get a win out of a negotiation, it's much better than getting a win out of a war. War is very bad in general, whether it's at a civic level or whether it's at a national level. And getting to a place where everybody walks away from it and feels like this is a good thing and understands what value it's going to bring to this community. And I understand, it's understood from day one what you were trying to do here. I've been in that facility more than once. It was not the kind of facility that you would want to bring people to. You've remarkably changed it. I had a short tour before this started, and it's just so proud of the work you've done to put this together. And I want to emphasize the importance of this facility. I've been in 2 major biotech meetings this week, and the topic there, as far as Montgomery County goes, is talent and training. Talent and training. And that's a deficit here. And we need to have the bodies to fill the positions that the companies we're trying to bring here are going to want to fill. This facility is going to help us fill those positions. It's also part of an ecosystem. It's not just this facility, but it's USG. And then it's IHC. And thank you, Dr. Perman. Without your leadership and understanding the importance of that, and I think in my mind, helping pivot the university to understand it's not just an academic and research institution, but you are also an economic driver in this state, was a really critical thing. The IHC is a place that these kids could easily wind up in. And that's what we're hoping for, to have a pipeline from a community college to a university institute that can train the leaders, train the scientists, the doctors, the AI people, and we just had a big meeting on AI in our offices this morning that was amazing. It is the kind of place that I think we're going to be really, not only really proud of, but it's going to make a difference in people's lives. And I know, Dr. Williams, you've taken this job on seriously. I think you've, Darian Pollard, thank you for everything. Is she still here? There you are. Everything you've done and led us to this point, and you've continued that work with an enthusiasm, which is, hard not to notice. You are a wonderful cheerleader for what we've been able to do here. So I think, closing, this is really fitting that the state-of-the-art Math and Science Center bears the name of Ike and Catherine Leggett. It is the right thing to do. It's a facility that will probably have more impact in a lot of ways on the lives of people in this county and in the lives of the economy, or the life of the economy in this county. It is going to make a difference. It's the kind of thing we've been looking for. Thank you so much for everything you did to get us here. You certainly helped make this possible. And all the leadership of the college who worked at this and made sure we brought it to fruition, and the council and the other leadership that it took to make this project get funded and become a reality. So thank everybody who made this happen. You will be proud of it, and people will remember what we did here. And I will always be grateful for what you did to get us here. Thank you.